What would you like to say about preaching? Because obviously you reflect, think, pray about it deeply. Just what's on your heart to say about preaching?
Well, I'll say this. For me, and it's real important for me to say this because I've said it behind your back, but what you, Henry Mitchell, have done for preaching that may be misunderstood, as we've conversed about, especially with us, the art of black preaching. You have given me a sense of holy pride in black preaching that, and I'm saying this because I need to give you context. In my 20s, Manuel Scott couldn't go to preach for the Southern Baptist at a state evangelism conference in Kentucky, so he asked them if they would hear me. So I went, and man, they just loved me, and I won't forget what happened because they loved me for the wrong reasons. It's my first time preaching in front of all these white people, and I literally changed my style, and I was trying my best to be Billy Graham or Joel Gregory or someone white that they would respond to. So afterwards, an older white preacher came up and said, he said, you know what, I can tell you can preach. I can tell, he said, I didn't hear that tonight, but I can tell you can preach by the content. He said, but your style threw me off because you came here trying to be us. He said, we didn't invite a white preacher. We invited Manuel Scott. When he couldn't come, we invited you. So since we didn't invite a white preacher, don't give us a white preacher. And it was like a slap, you know. So the next day, I went black, and by popular demand, you know, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna give y'all black. But it was such an eye-opening experience. And then it gets reinforced when I read you, when I read Henry Mitchell, celebrating the artistry of black preaching. I've grown up as a black preacher. You know, my homiletic is colored by the black experience. And so the thing I would like to add to it is that, you know, unapologetically, unashamedly black and Christian, Jeremiah Wright, that has to apply in preaching. You know, that there's really nothing wrong, that there's something special that God has done. I think it was Ta-Nehisi Coates who said that through slavery, they enslaved us, and God created, no, he didn't say God, I said God, but we emerged as a people. You know, we emerged as a people, and there's something about everything we do that everybody wants to appropriate now, including preaching. So for me, celebrate on, you know, but that's not all we do.
Right.
You know, there's so much more that we do. And so for me, I thank you, I thank Henry Mitchell for, in a scholarly fashion, lifting up this beautiful art of black preaching. And I promise you this, every single time I'm preparing, in my prayer times, I'm thanking God and praising God. I said, God, thank you for making me a black preacher. I'm so grateful. Let me be true to that.
Yeah.
You know, because if I'm true to that, then Martin is proud, then my dad and granddad are proud. Jarena Lee, I want her to be proud. I want Harriet Tubman to shout from heaven, but because they helped make me. You know, they helped make me. And so I am not ashamed of the gospel. I am not ashamed of the blackened version of the gospel.
Yeah.
And you and Henry Mitchell have done that. And I could just go on and on about that, so forgive me about that, but that for me is super special. And if preaching is an art, you know, it's really okay for us to color it with what God has done uniquely in black people.